special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And his first pass is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Going deep. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
Now heads back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Oh, no! Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the return will stop right around. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
He finds a man on the crossing route. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
He may try and run for this. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The scramble good for a nice Dolphins down. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A give running right, Drake. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He goes underneath to Drake, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now,
son of a bitch! Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll drop to throw. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are in for 6. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, my God!
Intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Flush to his right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6. Here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this time. Right back to Drake. And an alley to run. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins, and even 50 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll set up a throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
And now Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get... Back to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff looking right. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And now running right through it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He dumps it off to Drake. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he's got this down to the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd.
We're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He was looking for Parker. So now here come the Dolphins. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's
gotcha, bitch.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, 58 yards. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, no! And he goes down. Whitney merciless. In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Oh, no! This time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back to throw here. Steps away. And it's caught by Parker. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 1st down, it's Gore. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On the handoff, it's Gore. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were? It's evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins.